Good morning, guys. This is Vandolph, and today we're actually gonna finish our application for the most part. Now, the next few videos, I'm not gonna be explaining much, simply because what we're gonna do is finish our save and quit buttons and the open button and these two save and quit buttons. And we already did this in our previous video, so I'm not going to be explaining much. I'm going to be, for the most part, I'm going to be going through stuff quite fast so that we can finish fast. The only thing that I'm going to slow down for is this delete button. And if we have time, which probably won't happen today, I'll show you guys how to sort columns, but that's not our top priority for today. Also, we're gonna, before we actually open up the screen, we're going to open up a loading screen so that the user can choose what library they would like to use if they have a saved library. So we're gonna have like a what do you call them? A progress bar. There you go. So without further ado, let's get started by implementing the save and quit buttons and these two over here, which is pretty much the same. And the save and quit button deviates from the save button just by one line of code, which is system.exit, but I'll cover that as I go. So if we go on over to our code, to our library system.java, go over to get button save over here, event.getSource, get button save, and get button save and quit. We're gonna create a method called save here. Create method save. Now I'm just gonna open up my main system.java from our previous project, just to copy and paste some stuff. So hold on a moment. Okay, I pretty much just copied and pasted my code from our previous project. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and go up and declare the variables for these two. So we need a file output stream, FOS, name it FOS, and object output stream. We're going to call it out. Now just import this too. Go back down to our save method, Control-Shift-F. Closing, writing the object. Now you guys should be familiar with this. I'm not going to explain any of this. If you guys need explanation, you guys can look at my previous videos, though I don't know which. It's my playlist number 1. Yeah, it's my very first playlist. It's like the third, fourth episode video on the first playlist. So this is looking for a file name. Looking for a file name to store a library for. So what we're gonna do? Yeah, we don't need to. Do we? All right. So it's looking for a file name. Now we're gonna use a. We're going to use a dialog, an input dialog, to get the name of the file that they want to save their library on. The way we're going to do that is, alright, so the way we're going to do that is simple. We're going to use the J option pane, show input dialog, and you want the one that has these hold on a moment. Show input dialog. You want the ones with the parameters here. So we have 4 parameters. Parent component is going to be our screen. message is going to be enter file name to save as. The title of our frame of our dialog is going to be save. Now the message type, we're going to say it's going to be information message. Control Shift F, and we're actually going to say string, because what this is going to return is a string. Whatever the user types in the text field, if they press OK or really whatever, it's going to return that string. So we're going to say return string file name. It's going to be equal to this. Now that's only if we're actually going to declare this over here. String file name, set that equal to null. And now if no. Yeah, that's right. String, no, this is right. One second. Alright, sorry about that. What this show input dialog is going to return is the string that the user put in if he pressed OK. Now if the user pressed cancel, the return type of this is going to be it's going to return null. So what we're going to do is if file name is not equal to null, we're going to do the following. We're actually going to save our file, but if it's null, else we're not going to do anything. So else we're just going to update our logdog just to tell the user that hey, you didn't save it. So what we're going to do is add book panel dot get text area log dot append text save file save aborted, save cancelled. And just make sure there's a new line here. Alright, and this should be it. Now before I show you the result of this, let's actually do the save and quit already. So save and quit, create method, there we go. All we're going to do is save, literally just save the function that we just created, the method, and just call system dot exit. Turns up is 0. This should do it. Determines are currently running Java virtual machine. Okay. Which basically, if you have any other GUI on any dialogues or any other frames, this is going to close all of them. So it's an abrupt way of closing everything. It's not an elegant way, but it does the job. So this is all save and quit. It's going to call the save method and then just exit. And we're actually just going to do the same thing for on our other panel, on the browse library panel. The button save is going to be the same thing. We're just going to save and quit in the browse library tab, panel, whatever. This is going to be save and quit. And we just implemented 4 buttons. Now let me actually show you everything. So save, enter file and save as, return save as,